Christmas has come early, guys. We have even more pretty jaw-dropping gameplay just released for War of the Worlds. So, I've been trying to make a video for a few days now, and every time I get close to finishing it, new changes come in, which makes the video obsolete, which is a great thing as the game is making huge leaps forward every week. And just as I was about to post a video talking about the upcoming changes, Raf decides to go ahead and tell me he's releasing a new video showing off the new changes, which coincidentally my video was pretty much all about. But holy heck, the new stuff that was shown off, I've got to talk about it. So first off, we have the tripod AI. It's been reworked so it's more aggressive and it's better at detecting humans, which sounds terrifying enough on its own, but later on in the gameplay you see that the AI has also been tweaked so that the tripods that are near to each other actively work together to clear out the humans in the area. Now that's just nightmare fuel, but it gets even worse than that. It's been confirmed in this new gameplay that the tripods that are on their own or fairly close by if they spot humans or get attacked will sound their horn, so any wandering or idling tripods in the area will come and assist. So when you hear a tripod horn go off, it's because they're calling for backup, and I doubt that that's because they're struggling to deal with the people on their own. It's probably just so it could do the cleanup even quicker and move on to the next area. One more little thing that you may notice is that the tripods will, if possible, stand still and fire if it thinks it can take out a massive group at once before moving on again. Which again is pretty cool, because if you just see a tripod standing still blasting left, right and centre, you know that it's just like a shooting gallery. Now we have seen this before in some earlier gameplay from a while ago, but you can see here that the humans that get exterminated will have their clothes fly up into the sky and float away. So you might be walking through an area and you just see a cloud of clothes floating by. Now that's something that will put you on edge, I'm pretty sure. We also see some more of the environmental damage of the tripod, so you can now track pretty much where the tripods were heading just by following the trail of destruction. And on top of that, trees that get hit by heat rays will catch alight and burn. And I'm presuming that the fire spreads onto other trees. Now if not, I think it would be a good thing to add. So a tripod could end up causing a forest fire, which if you're hiding out in the woods could be bad news for you as your cover might just be disappearing around you. A bit further into the video we have the tripods attacking some military, and you can see now that they use their heat rays individually so they can attack more targets at once. So not only are they more effective at detecting humans, working in groups, communicating, now they have a higher kill per minute potential. If you want to complete a playthrough, you really are going to have to be one careful individual, that's for sure. And since we're on the topic of heat rays, check out the new heat ray sounds. Oh, aren't they nice? A lot more subtle, yet they add more, they sound more deadly, and they also sound a bit closer to the heat rays in the film. I need to compare the two. I'm not quite sure I'm hearing it, but it does sound better, that's for sure. Now onto the human side of things, we've got a new military vehicle by the looks of it, which is the LAV, which I think is that in the frame you see there, which looks pretty awesome, but as you can see, it's just not effective against the tripods, at least when they've got their shields up. It would be interesting to see if on a very rare occasion you see a tripod's shields break under intense fire and get destroyed, or even partially damaged. I mean, I'm not sure how accurate it would be in terms of the lore, but how awesome would it be to see a tripod practically limping around, one heat ray's missing because it got shot off, but it managed to just about survive and take out the unit. That would be pretty awesome to see because it would really show the struggle between the military and the invaders and just give off the impression that it's not totally hopeless. We've also got some more colour variants for the military vehicles, which I can't really see here in this gameplay here, but I'm going to have to take the dev's word on this one because I can't be bothered to go and look and compare. What is definitely visible though is the tracer rounds that the military vehicles now shoot. It looks like a goddamn Star Wars scene. Now, I mean, that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying the amount of shots going towards that pod, it's just crazy epic. We can also see in this clip the heat rays now scorch the ground where it hits and the ground is left burning and smouldering. Following up on that, there is now sounds for the heat ray impact points, so that's another welcome addition. And speaking of new welcome additions, check out the new daytime lighting. It certainly looks a lot clearer. I'm still not 100% sure on the fog that you see just everywhere. It would be nice if in the dynamic weather system you had some clear days where you can see tripods from like way off and have it kind of random, Another nice touch is that NPCs will now have random running speeds, so you'll have some like elite sprinting NPCs like Usain Bolt that just get out of the way really quick, or you might have some old granny that's hobbling away, and she won't last long, sorry granny. Now adding to the pile of welcome additions is the new sound effects for the heat ray deaths, which look pretty damn awesome, and just seeing how fast you have a person standing there to just a plume of ash floating off and some ripped clothes, it's pretty cool. I love it. I mean, am I messed up for loving that? Yeah, I think I'm messed up. Now here's the part that I've been dying to show you for ages now. Finally, we have our first official public reveal of the Uberpod, which most of you know and love this machine, so it doesn't really need any introduction, but goddamn, let's just revel in its mightiness for a second. Right, you done? Alright, let's get into the details of it. So it's obviously bigger all round, so it's got thicker legs, larger head. It's also got different sounds, like it sounds like a different horn sound, which is immediately different to the regular tripods. And I'm guessing that that's because the Ubers, you know, they're the officers, the commanders of the invasion. So if the invaders heard that horn, it means their leaders are calling them. But the upside to that, if there is an upside, it means that we can also tell if an Uberpod is nearby, meaning it's time to go find a basement to curl up into the fetal position and hope for the best. Because not only is it bigger and scarier, it's also got an expanded field of view, meaning it can detect people a lot easier than a regular tripod, I'm assuming, and I'm guessing that's partially down to the extra spotlights. Now for my personal favourite feature, and that is spectator camera. It's finally been confirmed, guys. We can now enter a spectator game mode, or after you die you can go into a spectator camera, which is awesome because it means once I get my grubby hands on the game, I can get some really nice screenshots and cinematics. Moving on to more technical stuff then, which I don't fully understand but I can still appreciate, is the procedural IK based leg animations, which this means the feet will stay planted and makes for smoother movement, especially when it comes to turning and going up and down hills. Now I don't really know how to feel when people start saying words like IK based leg animations, because that just goes straight over my dumb head, but you can physically see the difference and that is what I definitely appreciate. Also, can we just take a second to appreciate this clip? It looks like the end of the world. I mean, honestly, I get that's the premise, but this really is a visual representation of just the whole world has gone shit bust. Oh, and remember earlier when I said that the AI tripods are smarter and I listed, you know, a whole bunch of horrifying things? Yeah, I'm not done with that list, because now tripods can hear screams and it's able to prioritise targets. So yeah, I'll just throw that little icing on the shit cake, shall I? I sound like I'm complaining. I mean, it's fake anger. It's fake anger. I love all these additions, by the way. I'm genuinely not pissed off. I love all this. Moving on to another graphical change, we have got the red volumetric fog, which grows as the game progresses, which is awesome and scary, and we love it. Oh yeah, and also we got the dynamic tentacle and heat ray swaying, all based on the tripod's movement, which is nice. Now, to wrap things up a little bit, we've got a nice little surprise and a tease of what's to come next, because we get to see the redesigned cages, the improved lighting whilst you're in the cage, and we also got, as Raph likes to call it, the booty holes that now open up that are above the cage. I don't know what they're actually called, and quite frankly, I don't want to know, because calling them booty holes is hilarious. Now, we don't have the tentacle that comes out yet, but it looks like that's quite high up on the list of things to add, and since we're ending on that, it makes me wonder how long now it becomes before Raph decides that enough of the promised features have been added to the game and decides to do a Patreon release. I mean, we've just ticked, you know, just under 2 months before the scheduled Patreon release, and obviously that is, you know, up in the air still whether we'll actually get it or not, but it does make me think, you know, things may be on track, because there's a heck of a lot of things being added all the time. But only time will tell. You know, we'll have to see how things go in the coming weeks. But I'm really looking forward to what's coming next. Raph certainly knows now how to keep us hanging on the edge of our seats. But that is everything I have for this video. I'm hoping for the next video it'll be more of your questions answered, as I did have a few ready to go, but perhaps this video has, you know, already answered some of them. Do let me know if you have any more, and I will do my best to get them answered. As always, if you enjoyed this gameplay analysis, please consider giving this video a like, as it does help me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm and stuff. And if you want to see more content like this, then make sure you subscribe. You click the bell icon so you get notified when I post a new video. Now, I want to give a huge thanks to my first members of the channel, and they are Artisans, Paddy, Not Someone 2, and Adrian Animation Studio. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and if you want to do the same, then just click the join button underneath this video to become a member and get access to a bunch of awesome perks. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.